So today I will continue talking about the Beanstalk, and just to recap, Beanstalk is a service that automates some steps for you when you want to deploy a Java web application. So Beanstalk will create the virtual machine, the virtual instance for you. We'll create the security group and some more steps. So you want to create this service, Beanstalk, give a name of your application, and there's some few steps, and your environment will be available. And then what I will show now is that the Beanstalk, by default, it creates an environment, uh, a specific server. In fact, I create the environment that is prepared for Tomcat server. But I want to deploy a Spring Boot application. So it is a problem because Spring by default don't use Tomcat, but you can make some adjustments and deploy the Spring Boot on Tomcat that is running on Beanstalk. So let me share the screen and show how to do that. Just a moment. Can you guys see the screen?
Yep.
All right. So here, that is the first step. I will send the video from the first step. The first step is very easy and fast. You create its service, the Beanstalk service, and the Beanstalk create the instance for you. So even you don't know how to create the instance, when you create a Beanstalk environment, it will create the instance for you, and then it will give you a public DNS name here, public DNS address, and this address will be your application. Yeah, in this case, the first party help to create a Tomcat environment. There are Node.js or Python environment, so they have some default environment that you create without having to install software, or just to use some clicks, your application will be alive. And but here I have a Tomcat environment, but I want to deploy my Spring Boot application. And my Spring Boot application, until now, my Spring is not prepared to use Tomcat. And the the way I can change this application is upload another WAR file here. So I can come here, choose a WAR file. I have some sample WARs here, but I want to deploy my Spring Boot application that doesn't have a WAR to deploy. So I will make some small changes on my Spring Boot application. Here, I can change Spring Boot to generate a WAR instead of a jar file. So it's pretty easy. I want Spring Boot to generate a WAR, but this is not enough. I need to change the startup class here to extend a servlet initializer. So I will extend the Spring Boot servlet initializer. So this is enough to generate a new way of package Spring Boot application.
Yeah.
All right. So so that's the way you do that. You change the POM archive to generate a WAR instead of jar application, and you make the startup application to extend the Spring Boot initializer. And you can see here that you had the jar that was generated, but we need a WAR file to deploy on Tomcat. So we'll generate the package again. Let's see on terminal. You can run the mvn clean package. Let's use the skip tests here. What I want to now is to deploy the WAR. So in the target folder was created the WAR, and I wanted to deploy this WAR on the Spring Boot. Let's show in Explorer. Just to take the path here on this jar. Then you can go to console of Elastic Beanstalk, and you can change the WAR of the application. So I will choose the file. I put the path where is the jar in the target folder, and I will upload the new WAR that I generate on my Spring Boot application. You can put a label here or not. It is optional. You click on deploy. It will take some time to deploy this WAR to the Beanstalk environment. So the application is deployed. There is no error here. And you can open the link Beanstalk give us. And let's see if everything is okay. Tab. Here that is the context of my application, that is user. And here we are getting the results of the application. So this is a very short steps, but it's very powerful, because if you want to use that, you want to present your application for some people, maybe in other countries, maybe in other place, you are going to do some presentation. You can very quickly create a Tomcat environment, and then you can upload the WAR of your application, and your application will be available, and the other people around the world can access your application and test it. And it's very easy, very fast, in the quick way to deploy an application on AWS. So that's my presentation for today. I hope you guys can enjoy, and you can use this to deploy your application and to learn more and have more fun using cloud computing. So that's it. Thank you for watching.